Ghostbusters. Boy, I didn't realize that I might be part of one of those teams. And that those movies were pretty funny. You know, that Bill Murray, I'd like to talk to him. Might have been onto something with that Groundhog Day. It seems like we've been doing it for over a year now. So, this Ghostbusters thing, well, I went to a Our Lady Rosary, Let's Pray the Rosary, to the chat room. I don't know where it was. There was 1,500 people. And I just dropped a couple seeds. Like, Micah 2 is happening right now as a dirt cheap demo team rises up, taking down dividing walls for the king and his kingdom for 1,000 years. You want to join up? Just pray. So, waited a couple minutes and saw these people on the chat going, "We need to pray, our mother. Oh, dear mother, thank you for the blessings," and all this stuff. And I'm like, hey, bro, I'm not against praying to Mary, but is that a ghost that you're praying to? Or because you're not looking for the coming king? What's going on? So I left one more seed and I said, days of Noah, we are in. And, well, last time everybody prayed, God, just kill him. And you drowned them all. So this time it's half and half. Haters go out at 7 dead seas, and lovers love kingdom for 1,000 years. Which one are you? And literally, between those two, which was like 5 minutes, it went to 200 people, and suddenly the chat totally shut down. So there is some awakening going on. And if you're with the Chargers, just help these people understand that they just need to look for the coming king and, pray right, like, real. And not get into these doctrines of men that make sons of hell, because there might be some people jumping off those Titanics going, whoa, dude, So it's always good to relax people a bit, because we seem to be at war with the ghost lovers. Maybe we could make a new one with Bill Murray. Ghost lovers versus Ghostbusters, the new war. Because, that old deity of Christ thing, it's so special to so many of these pastors, because it's kind of like that whitewashed tomb, It puts a nice, kind of like my shirt, it makes, you don't see everything. Down there, if you see what I'm saying, especially those pockets. So, since we are in Baal worship and come out of her, it's coming quite soon, it might be good to get away from those ghosty types, whitewashed tomb churches, because, they're flaming quick, and, that sword is coming soon. Because, I really do feel sorry for these people, because they might have trusted Mary a little too much, or that guy they called Father with all these doctrines of men like Trinity and deity of Christ and all these weird things that are really a mockery of the omnipresence, omniscient, and all-powerful. And he gets kind of fed up when people play games with truth. And when you just take one of those words, like omnipresence, that means he's always everywhere. So how do you have his son be exactly the same? Oh, and that spirit too. Yep, they're all three. Omni. So that's just some wild math. Is that why we took algebra? So we could learn how to add AB to come up with C? And then we were already got cobwebbed over. So when you said, well, actually, omni isn't really omni, you see, it's all but not all, unless it's all to the all of the all. And it's kind of like that, was that one president said, well, it all depends on what your definition of is. Oh, yes, a lawyer, Mr. Clinton. But, actually, most of the churches love the Book of Paul. The books of Paul to, support their beliefs with their verses here and there, but they never use full chapters from him, no. But yet, Paul was a lawyer. And when they started the American church, they said, oh, we love this Jesus guy, but his teachings, they're for the Jews. So we'll take 10% and mix them with our doctrines of men to make sons of hell. And that was the birth of American Christianity. So now, well, here we are. And everybody's juggling around with, well, Paul said this and Paul said that and Paul said this. Well, yes, that's because when they teach from these doctrines, what they use, the 10%, when they teach from the Bible, they use, what is it, like 70%? From the letters of Paul, those lawyer letters we can confuse everybody with. And then, well, let's see, we've got 10% from the full Gospels, all 4 of them, just a little bit here and a little bit there, because that stuff's really for the Jews. And then the Old Testament, 10% too, because, there's some Psalms that are kind of pretty, but we don't really relate to that stuff too much. That was like King David, and, he had adulterated and killed that guy, so he's not that great. We ever preach, we preach about the evil of lust and how he looked at that Bathsheba. Oh, it's just terrible, evil, porn stuff. So anyway, then, they take that 10% from the Old Testament, and they've got 10% from the Gospels, 70% from the letters of Paul, and then you've got the rest of the New Testament, like Revelation. They can just pick a little verse out here. Oh, here's my end times views. But they forget that Revelation has that blessings for the first chapter if you read it and heed it and teach it right. But see, the thing is, if you don't teach it right and change a jot, a tittle of it, well, there comes this curse stuff where you get deaf and blind, and I get like really bad curses coming with that Michael Myers Halloween movie coming true for you. And that's where that 7 deadly C's comes. Well, it comes kind of quickly, and well, there's not a lot you can do. That might be where those verses where the running for those rocks to hide, because you don't really have much choice anymore. Kind of like that Beast Mark stuff, but in the heart, So there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's good to know where you're going on, because we are in the apostasy. And well, if you want to be on the Ghostbusters team, it might be a good time, because, the war seems to be going quite thickly, especially amongst the ghostly crew who are all pointing their fingers like, who was that latest? Jennings, I think it is. He's saying that T.D. Jakes is a snake and a liar. Well, T.D. Jakes just joined the King's team and said he's doing a, full-on, upgrade spiritually himself, and wants everybody in his church to, for the kingdom to come. Funny time for this Mr. Jennings to come out and point at T.D. Jakes and all the wrong things he does and how dramatic he is, which I have done my share of, but not since he joined the King's team. And now this guy seems to just suddenly coming out, and he's his own drama where he's got all the brothers going, yeah, brother, that's right, brother. Hey, man, I don't have no problem with these Southern Baptist style, but hey, bro, if you're not on the King's team, then you might be a princely reign. So just be aware, because everybody's starting to rise up for war, but you got to make sure you're on the right team, because it's going to get, well, you can just read Revelation 7 and Revelation 17. Just figure out which team you'd like to be on, because if you're with the King and like a Braveheart on, Revelation 7, well, then it's funner to watch 17, like that Michael Myers movie, Santa Glass Beach. So, hey, join up to the Chargers. Those dividers and Chiefs, they're getting really fighty. Or flighty. I mean, maybe it's the same thing. It fits with that whitewashed tomb, that dancing.